Hello, boys and girls. Today, I'd like to talk about why regrouping works when we're doing subtraction. You know, it's one thing to follow the steps and get the right answer, but it's another to understand the math behind it. And to me, the best way to make sure that you understand the math behind regrouping is by rewriting the number in expanded form. When we rewrite the problem in expanded form, it becomes a lot easier to see what's going on when we regroup. So let's do that. I'm going to write 300 plus 20 plus 5, because that's how we write 325 in expanded form. And what are we subtracting? We are taking away 140. So I will rewrite that in expanded form as well. Now, the first column, the ones, is not a problem for us. When I want to do 5 minus 0, I can absolutely do that. It's 5. Easy. The problem comes in the tens place. If I have 20 apples, can I take away 40 apples from that pile? I cannot, right? I don't have enough. So what do? Well, this is where regrouping comes in, right? 20 minus 40, can't do it. I'm going to go next door into the hundreds place. I'm going to take 100 away from that 300. That'll leave 200 there in the hundreds column. And I'm going to take that 100 and I'm going to add it to my number in the tens place. So instead of only having 20 in the tens column, now I'm going to have 120. Now I did not change the value of my top number, right? 300 plus 20 plus 5 equals 325. 200 plus 120 plus 5, that still equals 325. So we didn't change the value of our top number. We just regrouped the number. We took some from the hundreds column and put it into the tens column. That's what regrouping is. So let's finish out this problem. Can I do 120 minus 40 now? Sure I can. It's 80. Can I do 200 minus 100? Absolutely. And this is our answer in expanded form. If I want to rewrite it in standard form, I'm just going to do this. Now, what we do in traditional is really the exact same math. We just write it a different way, right? So we would start with 5 minus 0 is 5. And then we get to the tens column, and again, 2 tens minus 4 tens, can't do it. So I have to go next door into the hundreds, take 100 away, and if you think about it, 100 equals how many tens? 10 tens, right? So really what I'm doing is I'm adding 10 more tens to the tens place. Now we already have 2 there, so what is 10 plus 2? It's 12. That's why this works. That's the math behind it. Let's finish the problem out. 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 in the tens place. In the hundreds column, 2 minus 1 is 1. And as you can see, we got the same answer, both strategies. Let's do another one. 325 minus 148. I'm going to rewrite that in expanded form. And I'm subtracting 148. I'll write that in expanded form. And right away, I see the difference with this example because in the ones column, I can't do 5 minus 8. I can't take 8 away from a group of only 5, right? It's not enough. So I need to go next door and do some regrouping. So I'm going to take 10 away from the tens column and add it into the ones. Okay, I can do 15 minus 8. It's 7. But now look at the problem in the tens. This is a very different problem now, because now I'm going to need to do some more regrouping. I can't do 10 minus 40. So I'm going to go next door to the hundreds now. Now I'm going to take 100 away from that 300, leave me with just 200 there. And I'm going to take that 100 that I took out of the hundreds column and add it to the tens. So 100 plus that 10 that's still there makes 110. Now, 110 minus 40, that's 70. Can I solve what's going on in the hundreds column? 200 minus 100. Sure, I can. It's 100. That number rewritten in standard form is 177. Let's see what that looks like in standard form. 5 minus 8. Can't do it. So I'm going to take 10 from the tens and add it into the ones. Okay. 15 minus 8 is 7. Now I look at the tens column. Can I do 1 minus 4? Nope. So I'm going to need to go next door and take 100 away from there and add it to the tens column. Now look at expanded form. I did the same regrouping. It just looks different, right? An 11 in the tens column, that's the same thing as 110, isn't it? 11 tens is 110. So we're doing the same math here, kids. We're just writing it in a different way. Finishing it out, 11 minus 4, that leaves me with 7 tens. 2 minus 1 leaves me with 100. And look, our answer is the same. Okay, I'm going to give you one more example, but this time we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to rewrite this in expanded form. Okay. Oh, and by the way, notice that now that we're doing a number that gets into the thousands, expanded form takes up more space, doesn't it? Because we have more places to write out. You know, this is the reason why the bigger numbers you're doing when you're adding or subtracting, the more inefficient expanded form becomes, because it just takes up so much space. So it becomes better to start using the standard form, standard algorithm, the bigger problems that we're trying to solve. But using expanded form is a really great way to understand what we're doing when we regroup, so that when we go to use standard algorithm, we understand the math behind it. Anyway, here's what we're going to do differently. I want you to pause this video, and I want you to see if you can solve this problem on your own. When you're done, please unpause it, watch what I did, and see if you did the same thing. Okay, let's see how you did. The ones column, 5 minus 0, it's 5. Oh, tens column, 20 minus 80, not going to work. We're going to need to do some regrouping. So I'm going to take 100 away from here. Add that 100 to this 20 here in the tens. Now I've got 120 minus 80. That leaves me with 40. Whoop. We have to regroup again. 200 minus 400 is not going to work. So I'm going to take 1,000 away from the thousands column and add it to my tens. 1,200 minus 400 is 800. The thousands column is easy. 3,000 minus 1,000 is 2,000. So my answer is 2,845. I'll do that very quickly in standard form as well for you, just so you can compare. 5 minus 0 is 5. I'm going to need to do regrouping in the tens, so I will take 100 away from the hundreds and add it into the tens. So now I have 12 tens minus 8 tens, leaves me with 4. And looking at the hundreds, once again, I need to do some regrouping. So we'll take 1,000 from the thousands and add it into the hundreds, right? Because 12 hundreds equals 1,200, doesn't it? So 12 minus 4 leave me with 8 hundreds. And then in the thousands, 3 minus 1 is 2,000. Same answer. Okay, boys and girls, I hope this was helpful in trying to make sense of why regrouping works and trying to understand the math behind regrouping. Thanks for watching.